Alright, everyone. Today we will be discussing a topic that is very important for me personally because recently, finally, Luta slander has finally taken off and became mainstream, which is something that I have hoped for like a long, long, long time. And finally, all of the investing paid off because everyone is slandering Yuta now. The problem is a lot of people think that it's just a joke. It's not actually, it's just for the memes. He's not actually a bomb and all these things. And I just want to make it clear. It's not just slander. He is actually a bum. Like he's legitimately a fucking idiot. And when I read JJK for the first time, I really tried to like him, but he's like legitimately such an annoying character. And right now, I made this presentation to really, for anyone who doesn't know why people are hating on Yuta, I will present at least my arguments for why he fucking sucks and I fucking hate him. And he is a child groomer. Now, for example, I want to make first of all a clear distinction here. There's a difference between the slanderous like things that people say about him and the actual criticism that I have with him. For example, the whole he's a pedophile thing. That's just slander. It's not it's funny, it's slander, but it's not an actual reason to hate his character. But I'm presenting our actual, factual reasons as to why he's a bum. Let us begin. First off, we have the introduction of Yuta into the story, that being Movie Zero. Now, Movie Zero was originally the beginning of JJK. It was the kind of the one-shot kind of general idea that Gege had for Jujutsu Kaisen. So it was kind of a self-contained story. Then Gege said, let's make this a series, and he made Jujutsu Kaisen. So first of all, I want to say that, in my opinion, like Movie Zero and like JJK Zero, it's barely canon to the story because Gege, his idea for JJK was a lot different back then. So if there's some plot holes or like retcons, it's understandable because for example, Geto not having a domain expansion, that is absolutely a consequence of Movie Zero being like really early in the story, because I don't think Gege came up with the idea of domain expansions yet. So it's just like little things like these, in my opinion. But still, what is Yuta's general character arc? He's a crybaby, right? At first he's just a crybaby and he's really fucking annoying. All right, that's fine. Yeah, he was cursed. He wants to kill himself. He keeps trying. Hey man, I'm such a fucking baby. Which is really fucking annoying. Unlike Yuji the goat, Itadori. But you say whatever. He's gonna have a character arc. He's gonna really become cool and stuff. But the problem is, in Movie Zero, he's a crybaby, and immediately he gets to be special grade. He's just a special grade. Everyone around him, like for example Maki, actually working towards she wants to get stronger, and he just kind of and he literally in the movie he's walking around with Maki, crying like a little bitch, like literally crying by the way. And, oh my god, my thing it fell down. Grade? What's a grade? What are you talking about? He's just being dumb on purpose because he's a fucking idiot. But anyway, she picks it up and they're like, wow, he's special grade. And it's just like so annoying because he literally did nothing at this point in the story. The only thing he did, like I'm talking about the beginning of Movie Zero, he cried. He cried because like his girlfriend died when he was like 5. That's the only thing that he tried. He tried to kill himself and cried. And now he's a special grade and stronger than literally everyone else around him, like Yuji, who actually worked for their strength. Right? And then he still wins, right? And I mean, the arc of Movie Zero is generally fine, right? Yuta's relatively likable coming out of it because he sacrificed something like Yuta. It's not really sacrifice, but to win with the power of love, he let her go. It's a pretty nice story, and he's not as much of a crybaby by then. The real problem is, in my opinion, when like you compare him to other characters, especially when people say that he's the real MC. It really annoys me because let's look at Yuji, an actually good main character, at least compared to Yuta. At first, he is really weak. He's not really weak, but he's kind of weak. And as the story progresses, he has a lot of character development, and he actually gets stronger through effort and willpower. So he can do the things that he couldn't do before, and he has a lot of like character this, character that. Obviously, he gets character development with the whole I'm a cog in the system, I'm this, I'm that. Right? That is a good character. Because he actually has to work for his strength. Now Yuta is just immediately OP without doing anything, which is, very annoying. So obviously I was annoyed. But then he came back in season 2 and I was like, alright, maybe there's gonna be some more interesting stuff with him. Well, guess what? He just got Rika back with no consequences. Because he's Gege's like favorite like boy, and he just, Yuji just got all of his friends killed in Shibuya, but guess what? Yuta got a little present. He got Rika back without any reason. And I'm sure all of you fucking people, you go into comments and say, well, actually, it's not Rika, it's the his cursed technique. Yeah, man, you know it, and I know it. That's just a bunch of bullshit that all of us kind of made up, half kind of took some information from the manga. The truth is, it's a retcon. It is. It just is. Right? If it was properly explained anywhere in the manga, then I guess it could have been fine, but it's never really explained properly, and you have to really stretch everything to make it make sense. So it's a retcon, and it's not even a good retcon. So again, I want to have that contrast. Yuji actually has to work, and he has to go through all these struggles as a character to get stronger in Shibuya. While Yuta is just like on a vacation in Africa, and then he just gets Rika back, even though he sacrificed her. Again, do you see the unfairness here? And again, he's special grade, not because he worked for it, not because all of his friends died, and then he learned how to be stronger like Yuji. He's just special grade, like immediately. So again, already you have a reason why he's a bum. Then the story progresses. So there's no consequence after Movie Zero, and no real development. So that's what I want to touch on right now, his development as a character. How does he develop? Because maybe he has some development, and something. No real development. I guess he's not as much of a crybaby now, but there isn't really maybe struggles with being too strong or this or that. No, he's just there. He's just aura farming. Yeah, he's just really fucking strong for no reason. That's Yuta. No character struggles, no anything. He's just strong, and yeah, he's just so cool. So again, how can he be the main character if there's no real development? I swear, Miwa gets more development than him. She actually has the moment with Mekamaru on the train. Yuta's just outside of Movie Zero, it's literally no development whatsoever. Then we go to the fights, right? This fight in the manga. So this fight takes place shortly after the Cullen game begins. So, obviously, Utah's really fucking strong. So I thought, all right, yes, he's really strong, but there is a way that you can make strong characters actually, you can make it feel like there are actually stakes, and they won't just one shot everyone. So when he met the cursed spirit before this fight, he actually had a limitation on him. He could immediately kill the curse, like exercise it wave cursed energy, reverse curse technique, but it would put him at a disadvantage. So he challenged himself to not do it. All right, Utah's constantly hyped up to be so strong, right? So obviously he should be able to, actually kill the curse, like what he said he should be able to do. Yeah, no, he fails, and then he kisses the curse. He fucking kisses it. Not only does he fail at the thing that he set for himself to do, and you can say, oh, he was just like, too lazy. No, it literally put him at a disadvantage. Like, he had a very good reason to not use it, but he had to use RCT, right? Because he couldn't beat some random ass curse because he's a bum. Again, do you see the pattern here? It's like Gege is like, hey, here you go, you get all of the gifts and you get really strong powers, and then Yuta's like, yeah, I'm so like strong, and then he's constantly struggling somehow. He's constantly like he has to use these, like, I don't want to say, well, it's not assballs, but like, I don't know, he doesn't even do a good job of being really strong, which again is why he's a bum. He had to kiss a curse because again he's a bum. Then he fights these guys and the fight's pretty cool, like I don't really have any complaints there. But yeah, sure. Then what is the next thing? Next, he says, I will be the one to kill Kenjaku, which is a very dramatic thing to say because Kenjaku was pretty strong, at least by modern standards. So I thought finally, Yuta's gonna get to actually have some development, and I expected him to go on a similar thing to like Yuji. He's actually gonna take his time and train and go on like maybe like a small training arc, or he's actually Zoro from One Piece. I was constantly trying to get stronger to kill Mihawk or beat Mihawk. So I didn't, obviously it wouldn't be as in depth, but I expected something similar, right? We actually see him develop in any way, shape, or form, and I was constantly waiting for it. What actually happened? Takaba fought Kenjaku for like 5 fucking hours, only for Yuta to pull up behind him and just backstab him basically. Like I guess he backslashed him, I guess, but you get what I'm saying? He fucking bush camped him. I cannot begin to express how embarrassing that is. Because Yuta, the guy is supposed to be so fucking strong. How does he, the one goal that he has that is not just aura farm his way out of every situation, the one time he actually has anything, any challenge, any bit of character, anything, right? Like Yuji every day has to get stronger and make decisions and like, oh my god, I killed all these people, like, he has to carry the burden of like Sukuna inside him, pause. But Yuta's just kind of chilling and is really strong, and then the one time he actually is like, shit, I need to actually get stronger and beat Kenjaku, he's like, nah, I'm gonna just pull up from behind. I'm gonna let Takaba do all of the work, and then like, it's so embarrassing. Kenjaku, like, imagine Kenjaku doesn't even, like, the moment he died, he didn't even see who killed him. How can you say that Yuta killed him if he didn't even fight him? Like, that's so embarrassing. So again, massive aura loss. So again, as you can see, it's just bomb after bomb after bomb. It's like, yes, he's really strong, but he's still a bum because he has all this strength, but he does nothing. Look at Yuji. Yuji, actually had to work for his strength, actually had to do all these things, right? That's why he's the god, but Yuta was born with, like, everything. He was immediately a special grade. The moment he stepped foot into, like, Jujutsu high, he was immediately a special grade. Had to do nothing for it other than, I guess he cried because his girlfriend was run over. He was fucking 5. He doesn't even remember that shit, but whatever. Yeah, that doesn't even compare to what Yuji had to go through. And it's just so embarrassing. This is supposed to be our guy. This is supposed to be the goat Yuta. He's so cool. Bro, he can't even fight Kenjaku head on. The one time he had to actually do something other than just kill some fucking kiss curses, he fumbles. And then there's this shit. So during Shinjuku, he disrespects Gojo and takes over his body, thinking that he could be him. Buddy, you are not him. And I mean, obviously we see it. So again, he's a bum. He just gets into Gojo's body, and then he doesn't even hit like one hollow purple. Like, he just sees hollow purple, like, fucking, can't even hurt Sukuna. Like, here, there's actually an excuse because I'm a fair guy. Again, everything that I'm saying is not just some random stuff. It's fair and it's true. So yes, that did need to happen for story reasons because that was Gege's very stupid way of resolving Gojo's arc. The whole, are you Gojo Satoru because you're gay, or you gay because you're Satoru Gojo, that shit. That was Gege's really bad way of like remembering, oh, right, yeah, Gojo. Yeah, didn't I set up like some character stuff with him? All right. Let's bring him back. You get what I'm saying? So I guess, yeah, it was supposed to answer the question like Gojo was strong because he was Gojo, because even when Yuta was in his body, he couldn't be like Gojo. I guess. I know, it's still very confusing, and I see some people disagreeing on what exactly the conclusion here is, but it's still such a bum moment, Like, the only thing it does is it reminds Sukuna why Gojo is so strong, right? So, yeah, so just completely embarrassing. Yeah, that's the end of my presentation. And also bonus points, or minus points, I guess, for the fact that he actually got a good ending, which is such a diabolical thing, right? And again, the whole Gojo moment literally just served to steal. Okay, no, I don't want this, but yeah. And then another thing that really irritates me is because I guess when he married Maki, they lived in the Gojo clan, which is also really weird because I don't think Maki would want to be part of any clan really, because all of the free clans behave about the same. So I don't see why she would agree to come back, but I think it's Yuta's fault because he's a bum. Unless like their kids decided to join, so that's why their grandkids were in the clan. It's really confusing, but anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little presentation that I made. All of these things are 100% facts. They're not theories. They're not slander. They are true. And if anyone disagrees, they don't care about good characters. They don't care about anything other than, he has aura, bro. Bro, he's so cool, bro. Yo, did you see when he aura farmed, yeah, man, that was so tough. You get what I'm saying? That's the only thing they care about, so ignore these people. Ignore these people, because Utah's a social experiment to see what if you give the bummiest bum of all time really strong powers. Will people still like him? Yeah, people will like him. People just like him because he's strong. And that's the situation of Utah. No real reason for him to be strong. Other than, like, he was born in a good circumstance. Didn't need to work for it. The one time he did need to work for it, he just bushcamped the guy. Very disappointed. I really want to like Utah, but I never really found myself connecting with him because he never really had a good character arc, never really had good character development, never really had a moment of getting stronger, never had a moment where he struggles and needs to get stronger. He's just kind of there to be cool, which is fine, I guess, but it's really annoying.